Hey y'all, it's Kirk coming to you from way up in a tree, getting ready for bow season. Starts in 19 days here in Georgia, so just cutting some limbs. Wow, the feedback I got from Ask Dr. Kirk hashtag was overwhelming. I posted that video, y'all, and I kid you not, that night I had 51 questions already in my box. So let's get started. So today, our first question comes from Alex from Vidalia, Georgia. Vidalia, whoo, big fan of your onions there, Alex. The question reads, what kind of doctor are you? Well, you can't read tone of voice, but what kind of doctor are you? Well, Alex, pretty average one is what I am. Simple country doctor. My training is in family medicine, and I did a focus on critical care. Reason being is I was coming down to South Georgia to help with my daddy, who was practicing down here, and he's from the Philippines and does a little bit of everything. Got grandfathered into all kinds of stuff that they just don't make doctors like him anymore. So I trained in a way to be able to come down here and be able to take over the little small town ERs, which is mainly, critical access, stabilizing people, sending where they need to go to the, get them stable for a helicopter ride or an ambulance ride and get them somewhere. I guess the training is kind of like snatching someone from the jaws of death, so to speak. But then somebody smarter than me has to certainly go actually fix them. But that's just part of the machine. So, and then when I got here, I found, like you guys know, if you're from Vidalia, people in the South don't use the ER quite for emergencies. It's kind of loaded as a kind of walk-in sick clinic and an all-hours clinic. So I came up with the idea that we needed a walk-in sick clinic in Hazelhurst, Georgia. So that's how I started up the Jeff Davis Walk-In Clinic. Later on, wound care came up, and I did my training in hyperbarics and wound care. So I'm the medical director over there. I should tell you, in small town Georgia, if you got a medical license, you're kind of needed all kinds of places. So I'm the medical director. I've done our EMS guys, our first responders. I love them to death. I'm the medical director of our local health department for public health. Kind of do a little bit of everything. I took over as medical director of one of the hospices here, Coastal Hospice, simply because I love it. I love end-of-life kind of stuff. That was a big passion of my daddy's as well. So I got that gig, I got that gig, I got that gig, I got that gig. With my spare time, I do sports medicine, volunteer for the Jeff Davis County Schools. And so I'm always running around taking care of athletes. Love it. If y'all know me, I love sports. So I love being with the athletes, and I do all of that kind of stuff. So the reason why I probably, I guess, am quote unquote qualified to do what I'm doing right now with this Ask Dr. Kirk thing is because the way I trained, I know kind of a little bit about a lot of things, but I don't know a lot about one thing at all. So whatever the phrase is, jack of all trades, master of none. I'm absolutely that. But let me tell you, there's a job. That's what's cool about medicine, is there's a job for everyone, depending on what your God-given talents are. I am just a piece of the puzzle. So let's say I get somebody stabilized in our ER that needs my help, then I got to get them to a guy like my buddy here in town, Dr. Jason Laney, who's a fantastic internal medicine doctor, hospitalist, for him to actually fix the person. So, but that's part of it. We're all part of this wonderful big machine in order to take care of people. That's how healthcare works. So from the minute you walk in the door, to get checked in, to the person who takes your vital signs, to the nurse who hooks up your IV, to me, to the radiology tech who comes in and takes your x-rays, to the lab person who draws your blood, all the way through your hospital stay, all the way down to the person who wheels you out in a wheelchair to your car and gets you home. We're all part of this one big machine in order to take care of people. So I am better than no one, and I mean that. So Alex, thank you so much for your question. I appreciate you. Next question real quickly. I'll try to get through this. This is coming from Trish from Alma, Georgia. Shout out Bacon County. Trish says, Do I apply ice or heat when I bang my elbow? Okay, I get this one all the time, and a lot of times I've already written articles on this in my medical minute, but we'll do these kind of things here. I might repeat some and ask Dr. Kirk. But so depends on what kind of injury you got. But if you have a general strain, sprain, bang, whatever, whacked yourself with a hammer, the general rule is ice first. In the first 24 to 48 hours, I get this question all the time. First 24 or 48 hours, you're going to be applying ice because the way God made us, you're going to have this immediate inflammation, which is a good thing, but it can kind of overdo it some. The body thinks it's doing the right thing. But to reduce inflammation, we go with ice first. Then there's this neat thing that happens afterwards, after that 24, 48 hour mark, depending on your body. The way God designed us, your body's going to say, hey, there's this hurts area. Let's tighten up everything all around it to help protect this hurt area, which, you know, in the short term is a great thing, and the body thinks it's doing the right thing. Unfortunately, those muscles tightening down on everything can be almost as painful as the actual injury. So this is where heat comes into play. So heat helps loosen up muscles and help blood flow in that area. So to answer your question, Trish, just really quickly, it depends on the injury, of course, but in general, ice first in the first 24 to 48 hours, and then you can start doing heat. Thank you so much for that question, Trish. All right, lastly, I'm going to do a third one real quick. Chris from Atlanta, Georgia. Chris says, I don't doubt your education. In fact, I applaud it. However, I also understand you are a devout Christian. Without bringing up religion, how can you, as a scientist, not believe in evolution? Woo. Thank you, Chris, for your question. Okay, so I bring this one up for a specific reason. We're going to start off by saying, listen, I'm here to help everybody. I'm here to give information. Y'all know me, y'all that know me know that I don't get political about things. I'm not going to be confrontational. I'm not going to do a whole lot of controversial things and insult people, because that's not what I'm about. Yes, I am a devout Christian, Chris. And my book tells me to love you and respect you no matter what. So I'm going to respect your opinions on this, but you wanted to hear my opinion, so here's what I'm going to say. Very simply, without bringing up religion, because I don't, evolution. And I'm assuming you're talking about evolution of man from monkeys, which is the popular one. Now, there is such thing as evolution. We do evolve, and we have traits and stuff that survive through the years for a species that are advantageous for a species. Most of that stuff, of course, you remember from science, is based upon Charles Darwin and natural selection and all these kind of things. So what happens is, over time, adaptive things survive, and that whatever helps the species survive, that trait is going to be passed on, and traits that aren't end up dying out as we progress through the generations. So we have this kind of thing. So I guess one simple example is giraffes could reach a taller branch with the longer neck, so the longer neck ones survived, and they made it and had a bunch of long neck babies, whatever. And then through the time, you have these giraffes with big old long necks. Can you imagine a giraffe with a sore throat? Whew, that's a lot of trouble. So what I would say is, very simply, as a scientist, if evolution was true, that we evolved from monkeys, then there should be no monkeys. Have you been to India? Monkeys are doing pretty good, Chris. So I know that was a oversimplistic thing, but they're still monkeys, man. So if we evolved from them, why are they still around? That kind of goes against what Charles Darwin said, didn't it? So anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that. Don't even reply to that one or give me any comments about that one. Evolution, we can talk about some other thing. But anyway, this was the first episode of Ask Dr. Kirk. Y'all keep them coming. I got a whole bunch already that I got to catch up on, but I don't mind. So keep them coming. Look for my medical minute on Mondays and then Wednesdays in the Jeff Davis Ledger. And then these will come, I'm thinking, probably every Wednesday. So anyway, love y'all, mean it.